Hello everyone, and welcome to Judy's Creations in Crochet. And today is September the 26th, 2024. And we are finishing up. This happens to be the very last Thursday of September. So we are finishing up all the celebrations today. It's amazing to me how fast this month went. And for those that are new, this month has been a big celebration of my birthday and my podiversary. And today we will also celebrate my reaching 1,500 subscribers. So that's been a lot to celebrate this month. I am coming to you from Chatham, Ontario, which is in the southernmost tip of Canada. And I'm all about crochet, obviously, by my title. And so I'm always showing crochet items I've made or I am in the process of making. I finally finished my big stockpile of items quite some time ago, but I continue to crochet. And the other thing I talk a lot about is yarn. And particularly, I like to talk about and buy hand-dyed yarn. So if you like hand-dyed yarn, you might want to stick around. You don't have to be a crocheter. I do a mal every month, and you can do anything in the yarn-related craft to submit, and I'll talk more about that later. So I want to start out by saying a huge, great big thank you to all of you out there who joined me or saw the replay on Monday. On Monday, it was actually my birthday and the actual anniversary of the starting of my channel because I did my very first episode on my birthday in 2021. And 21, that's where I get 21 from, that's in my email address. So not only did I have a nice number. I think there were 61 people at one time on the live, but when it went to replay, I got more comments than I have ever gotten before. Now, I know that's a little bit about the fact that I was giving some presents, but most of the commenters were people that do follow me. Some of you mentioned that you've been following me a while, but you don't comment too often. Some of you, you comment once in a while. Some of you submit items to my monthly mal, and I'll talk about that in a few minutes. So I can't thank you all enough for all following me, for all of you sending me your best wishes, for being there to support me, for the wonderful gifts I got for my birthday. I was blown away, and the month has still been going, and I've been getting things as well since then. So, first of all, I always start with what I'm wearing. And you'll notice if you follow closely, I'm wearing the same thing that I wore on Monday. And I did that for a reason. I discovered afterwards, doing a live the way I did it through YouTube, you're kind of restricted in things you can do. And one of them was I haven't figured out how to put a description box below the video. So people were asking about this, and I wanted to be able to talk about it once more. And in fact, I brought another version of it, and I'm not going to take this one off. I am going to show you, I've made 3. The other one is in my items that go to the craft show. This one I kept, of course, because my favorite color. And this one I kept because it's Christmassy. Same pattern. You can see what to me at the time when I was making it looked like poinsettias. That's why I got this yarn out for Christmas, and it's sparkly, and it's yarn by Ravenswood, just as this is. And it really looked to me sort of like poinsettias or flowers at least. But when I did it, this version, it looked more like snowflakes. But both of them are sparkle yarn. Oh, you can see the sparkle there. Both of them are yarns from Ravenswood, my favorite Canadian dyer. And I did enjoy this. It's called the Zazur by Reggie at J Hook Crochet. I will link the pattern down below. You have to get it in Etsy. And we'll maybe link Ravenswood yarn again. Right now, some people have told me that they don't have a lot on their site, and that might be because they are in the process of moving. They moved back to Nova Scotia, where they were originally, and they are actually building a place, and it's out in the country, I guess, or in the woods or somewhere that did not have any of the services. So they didn't have hydro. They're only using a generator, and you can't get a lot done when you're using a generator on restricted hours. So I would say, I mean, still, she does have yarn on her site, maybe not as much as usual, but, you know, give it a little time and they'll have more, because their yarn always feels scrumptious to me. So anyway, that's what I am wearing. Enough about that. Next, and by the way, this is likely going to be a shorter video than most. We'll see. You know, I have the ability to gab, so I guess it might not be as short as I think. The other thing I really want to apologize about is that I drew a winner to announce on Monday from last week's video. I thought I'm going to have enough to announce today because of the prizes I gave out on my birthday. So I thought, well, I'll announce it on my live, the winner from last Thursday. And I was not able to get up the picture I had taken when I did the draw. And I was doing it by memory, and I said it was Denise that won. And they were asking which Denise, because I have two Denises that follow me. For the life of me, I couldn't remember, but I thought it was Denise Hoffman, and I said I would post it later. I didn't, and I didn't for a reason. The reason is the actual name that came up was Denise Bentley, and I guess I could, did I keep the picture? Let me see if I still have it. Yes, I do still have it, so I could post it, but in fact, I have 2 copies of it, but I couldn't find it on my phone at the time. I took it, I took it on my iPad, and it takes a while to transfer over, and it wasn't there. So anyway, I made the mistake of saying the wrong name. And when I make a mistake, I stand behind what I have done, and I like to make it right. So I am going to send a skein of yarn to both Denise Bentley and what's the other Denise's name now? Well, that's a real... I'm having a senior moment. Denise, I'm really, really sorry. Oh, gee. I could go upstairs and look. I have sent to her. It's gone. But I have 2 Denises, and both Denises are going to get a skein of yarn. And these, I did show this one, and I also have this one. And I am going to put the 2 of them in a bag and I am going to mail them off without knowing who's getting which one. I do not want to make a decision as to who gets what. So I know Denise Bentley, I do not have your information. So I need for you to send me your mailing address, complete mailing address, if you would, please. So my email address is down below. Please look there and send me an email, and I will get those out in the mail probably the beginning of next week. So that's that taken care of. Now, notice I got my little loaf cat up there. I think you can see it. So he's watching with, I'm getting quite a menagerie of cats there. Okay, now I do want to take a minute, not very long, to talk about finished objects, because of course I have not been getting a lot finished as usual, but I did get one item finished, and I'm only going to spend a minute showing it, simply because I will be showing it again in the monthly mal. I finished my item for the monthly mal, and it's called Relaxation Shawl. It is not blocked, so you won't get a real good view of it. I will block it and show it again. We're going to be having another video next Tuesday. So there it is, quickly. It's very, very plain. That's why it's called Relaxation Shawl. And then at the bottom, you can see the open lace work. And I'm not going to say much more about it. I will talk about it in a little more depth on Tuesday. And I'll have it blocked by then, and I'll have some photos of it on the mannequin so you can see it properly. I'll talk about the yarn and what I had left and the little bit of a problem I ran into at the end. So that is a finished object. And now I have started the EFA Fall Cal with, all that rainbow of yarn. And I've started with the first. This is the main color. There are two main colors, and this is the first main color. And I got a start. I finished section 1, and I will probably work on section 2 tonight and tomorrow, and then I'm going to put it aside and do something for my craft show. Then I will come back to it and work on it maybe for a week and see how it goes. One thing I want to mention is they do say you might want to try, you don't have to with a shawl, but to try to meet gauge, and they give you the gauge. And I started out, I mentioned this before, I think. I started out with the 5mm hook, like they said, and instead of being 4-inch swatch, it was 6 inches. And I went down, and I really needed a small hook to get gauge, and I thought, I looked at it and I said, that's too small. So I decided to use a 4mm. I thought, if I don't meet gauge, so what? The shawl gets bigger. The reason they have you meet gauge is because in their gauge, they use almost all of this ball of main color, and the second ball of main color, they use all of it. And you cannot get any more because they're sold out of these. It's not available. And so I was a little concerned about meeting gauge because I will run out of yarn. But I've decided if I run out of these two main colors, then I'll just use another color to finish it off. Probably a gray, because I do have gray in the same yarn. So I started it with a 4, thinking I probably will be okay. But as I finish this first unit, I'm thinking, this is small. It's a little hard to see the stitches and the spaces. You do a lot of It's like a moss stitch, so you're going into spaces. And I thought, oh, this is not going to be a very big shawl because I've cut back so much. So I've decided that now that I've finished this section and I'm going to the next section, which changes in look, it has posts and what have you, I think I'm going to go from a 4 up to a 4.5. If I run out of yarn, I run out of yarn. But I know there's a couple of you out there with this pattern, and I think you're using the EFA yarn too. I would really like to know how you're managing. Did you try gauge? Did you meet gauge? Are you using the 5mm hook? I'd like to know how big this is in section 1 using your 5mm hook. And if I'm not terribly short from what you have, or the measurement across, whatever measurement you want to give me, I'd appreciate knowing to see if I'm close. If this is really close, I'll stay with the 4, but anyway, my plan is to try the 4.5. So that's what I'm working on, but later this week I will start working on something else. So that's that. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to do the gratitude box. I came down here without a firm plan in my head. So here's the gratitude box that goes along with that shawl. And this is week 4 that I'm opening, and it says the green bag. So I'm guessing this is the green bag. The other one I believe is teal, green, white, teal, and lavender. Okay. All right. This is number 4. Feels like there's a box in it, a small box. Let's just close that up, put it over there, and we'll there'll be a message in there. Yes, there's our card, week 4, and this is resilient gratitude. When we look for the silver lining in each situation, we can transform difficulties into opportunities for deeper appreciation and personal transformation. On the backside, let us not waver with life's ups and downs, but allow all challenges to be a source of strength, enabling us to persevere with hope, positivity, and resilience. So that's week 4 message, and that reminds me that I mentioned on my video on Monday that I was going to start to put, you might call them inspirational messages, I guess that's what you'd call them, at the beginning of each of my videos. So I hope you like them. Over time, once you see some of them, I hope you'll let me know if you like them, if any of them ever speak to you or whatever. Now there feels like, oh, okay, it's all one thing, and it is a plant. Oh, look at that. Now, it is plastic, but it looks like the air plants. There we go. I'll put that aside and put the bag back there. I'm going to reuse those bags at some point. So that was our gratitude message for this week. Now, I am taping on Wednesday, and I happen to receive, I'm going to need scissors. Just a minute, I got to get up and get a pair of scissors. I happened to get some happy mail this morning. I got mail, and it doesn't surprise me that things are a little bit late, but I got, it is funny, I was outside standing by the door when the mail lady came up to deliver this. And you can see this all over. I won't show the address. And the mail lady says, "Happy birthday." So I'm going to open this card first. I think you got a quick look at who it was from. Debbie P. in Arizona. And hope your birthday is one for the books. Look at that. That's cute. May the upcoming chapter be just what you wished for. And I am a book lover, so appropriate, Debbie. I will read the message later. I'm sure she didn't mean for the message to be read online. And I was really happy to see that my yarn for September, the yarn club that I belong to with Adam, arrived today. Now I just slit open the top. That's all I did. But here's something funny. We're going to see this together as I open it, but I happened to be watching Lynanne this morning, Nina's Knots Crochet, and she belongs to Adam's monthly subscription as well. And she must have got hers maybe a day before me, I don't know. And she opened it. I could have looked away, but I didn't mind. So I already know what's in this package, but you are getting it. Some of you probably watch Lynanne too and already know what's in this package. There's, whoops, we got a sticker, a ball of yarn, and a thank you for my purchase. This is Platinum Sock, 75 superwash merino, 25% nylon, and there's 85 meters in each of the skeins. So that's why I needed the scissors. It always comes vacuum sealed so that he can ship it for much less. And as soon as you start to cut it, you can feel the air getting in. It starts to plump right up. And we're going to start with this. Now this is kind of a green color. I don't know if you call it olive green. Definitely green. And Adam has a website. He hand dyes yarn, obviously. And he's also on YouTube. Not a lot, but every so often he's on YouTube. He's on Instagram. I happen to have a coupon code for when you order from Adam. So look in my description box. It'll be in every one of them. That's an interesting shade of green. I don't know exactly what to call it. Lynanne called it celery, but I've had a different green that I call celery. I guess you might. It's a nice green. But you can get 10% off any order you make from Adam. The yarn feels lovely, so you might want to check him out. He's been working on doing themed sets of yarn, and the current theme is quite pretty. He was doing Cher. He was basing them on Cher's different songs by her. Now this screams fall. Very, very fall. It goes good with that skein. You see the gold, orangey, purple. There's some other green. Excuse me. There's a sort of a rusty red here. More purple. Very, very fall. I'm sure that's what Adam was going for. He doesn't name these skeins. Very, very fall. So that is good for this time of the year. There's even some orange down there. And definitely goes with that. So I don't know how he comes up with the other two, because his subscription is 2 mini skeins. But I always buy 2 subscriptions and ask for 4 different colors. So Adam has to dream up more colors than his subscription box. Now this is gray, and this gray has a hint of purple in it, but it is definitely a gray. Yeah, it definitely has a purple tone. I like that color. It's a nice gray. And finally, sorry for the hold up here. And then finally, we have another one that looks very fallish to me. Has a fair bit of brown and golds and yellows. Yeah, again, very much a fall color. See that nice orangey gold? It's a nice color right there. Really looks like the sun, but it's got brown in it. Brown, more brown down here. So I think they could all go together. Very different than last month, and very, very different than the previous month. So I now have 3 months in a row from Adam. Let me get these all up here together. He always does a solid and a variegated each month. If you just buy one, I buy 2 just to make the shipping worthwhile. But all of these could definitely go together. Oh, I can't seem to hold them all. But thank you, Adam. See, there is a little bit of that green in here. So those 2 were definitely, that's the monthly subscription, I think. And I have to guess this is the extra 2. One came undone there. But don't you think these, like those 2, could go together? You got the same golds. Very nice. They always feel heavenly. Thank you, Adam. Good job again. I think last month was my favorite because he had both purple and blue in the group. I'll just put these aside. I'm keeping all of Adam's in one place, and we'll see if eventually they can make something. So that's my September subscription box from Adam. I have paper all over the place here. Okay, now the next thing I want to do, like I said, this is a little bit shorter. Oh, before I do that, I now have to announce the winners of the 4 skeins of yarn from last year. Senior, from Monday. There were 4 presents on Monday, and I want to announce the winners of those. And I have the pictures here in front of me. I ran into a problem again with the YouTube random comment picker, but I have everybody here. So I have which one is which, And I'm going to get each skein up here one at a time. It might not be in the same order that I said them. I'll try. Move that. And like I said, there will be a few goodies with these. Okay, this is the first one, and it is caps. And the person that won caps, it's Mr. Fitz 2001 Ellen R. And I have a picture I will put in here, and very first part of it says, I'm excited, hence typing all caps. And this one will go to Ellen. I believe recently Ellen sent me her address, so I have it to be able to send it to you. And again, all of these will get a little bag of goodies along with it. Okay, I think I have the order right here. Here is the second one. And the second one is C. Oh, that's the wrong one. I have here in my hand the one that says thrush. Now let me find the one for thrush. And that is Judy Pine. I will put her comment up there. Judy Pine 7467. The thrush flew over the sea. So that one is going to you, Judy. And I don't know if I have your address or not. You might want to send me an email with it just to be safe. Okay? Thank you very much. The next one is C, and is Dead Sea. This MCN sock, and that one is going to Donna Holmes 2425. You can't see the word C in the comment that I show you, but I did look at the remainder of the comment, and she definitely does use all 4 words. So this is going to Donna Holmes, and I don't think I have your address either, Donna. I believe I have 2 Donnas. One's in New York, but Donna Holmes, I believe you are near Ottawa. So would you please email me and send me your address? Okay. And the last one is this one. And I said to please use the word sport. And the winner of this one is Handmade Designs HD. I like to watch sea fish, sport, making freshness. I never see thrush before. Thank you. She used the word sport, and I get lots of items from HD for a monthly mal, and I don't think I've ever sent you anything either. So I need your complete name and mailing address so that I can get this to you. So, and again, I will put the picture up there. So again, thank you very much. Thank you to those ladies for participating, and congratulations to the 4 of you. I hope you're happy with your skein of yarn. I better keep that list with the yarn so I get the right one to the right person. Yes, that's important. Okay, now the next thing we want to talk about, just a second. I am doing a giveaway for reaching 1,500 subscribers. And I wanted to have it all gathered up here and I wasn't quite with it and prepared today. But I will tell you, there are 2 skeins of hand-dyed yarn that I just got recently, and I am going to put a number of things with it. I might put a crochet hook, or I even have some, oh man, my head goes blank. But anyhow, what is the other kind of crocheting that Lynanne does? The word is not coming to me. But all I want, there's no special word to use. Everybody is participating in this if you make a comment. But I want to know if you are a crocheter or a knitter or Tunisian, or if you do Tunisian crochet. Please put, or all of them, please put that information in your comment, because I do have needles and hooks and whatever that I think I'm going to include one of those things in this package, depending on whether you do Tunisian crochet or regular crochet or knitting. And if you do them all, you can say all. Or if you do 2 of them, list the 2 of them, and I'll just pick randomly from what you say. But I am going to give you, you're seeing this Thursday, and I'm going to give you until next Monday night, because hopefully on Tuesday I'll be back to my regular schedule, and I'll be making the draw on Tuesday and making my video next Tuesday for next Thursday. I will announce it on next Thursday's video. So I'm going to try and put several things in that package to make it kind of special for 1,500. And now, before I get on, I have an acquisition I want to show you. So I want to mention again, see, I knew I'd end up talking too long. I want to mention again the monthly Mal. I did pick up, I don't know, about 10 or more new subscribers in the last week. Plus, a lot of you are new over the last 3 weeks. So I want to mention my monthly Mal one more time. And here is the picture one more time of the bird that is the inspiration. I am doing tropical birds this year. And every month I post the picture, and then you make whatever it is you want. You can knit, crochet, Tunisian crochet, felt, weave, whatever it is you do with yarn. So make something or whatever. Yeah, make something. Take a picture and send it to me. My email address is down below. It's always in every description box. And when you send a picture, please tell me your name, where you're from, and if you follow the pattern name with the designer name. That's because people often are interested in making what they see. So if it's following somebody, then we would like to know whose pattern it is. I need those. Time is running out. Today's the 26th, and I need them by nighttime, midnight, whatever, during the night's fine. Tomorrow, September the 27th, so that I can make up the video on the weekend. And I ask a little bit early, thank goodness, because I didn't know when I set the date that I would be away for part of the weekend. I am going back to my brother's. This time my sister is hosting a get-together for the family, and I'm going to get to see that precious little baby at this get-together on the weekend. So I need a little bit of time to get things together. So your deadline is tomorrow night, Friday night, for sending me your pictures of your finished items. Now, the one thing I don't always mention, but I'll mention it again, I always email a response to you. Simply, thank you for your submission. I don't have time to write letters to everybody, just so that you know I got it. Because if you don't hear a reply from me, you might want to double check the email or something and resend it. It will not go to trash. Emails come in to me. I've had nothing go to trash. So I just tell you that in case you're new and you think you submitted it and then you watch a video and you don't see it. Well, I let you know I got it in every single case. So I'm hoping, remember, this is the month that I want to make 50. I usually get 42, 43. I've had up to 45, I think. And I really wanted to hit 50 submissions one month. So I chose this month to encourage everybody to get something in, even if it's your first time. Right at the moment, I think this morning when I looked, I was at something like 32 submissions so far. And I always get a lot at the last minute. So, you know, even if you're making a cowl that you could make in one night, let's get something made and get it into me. We still have time, almost 2 days to get it into me and see if we can't make 50 this month. I'd really, really love that to happen. All right, so regular video length, we're going to do an acquisition. Am I going to do all of it? I'm not sure. I will get started. I want to say this. You will notice this month that I did not have an item. I had been getting a mystery item every month from Color of My Fiber, who is a hand dyer in Quebec, and she's on Etsy. And she started it at my request, more or less, at Christmas time, last Christmas. And I love her yarn. She has such a selection of yarns, and she has a really big selection of yarn bases. And I got one from her every month. And when I went to get one at the beginning of this month, she didn't have the listing. So I contacted her and I asked her what was happening there. And she said to me she had just recently gotten a full-time job and she only had 2 days free, which was not enough to be, you know, hand dyeing, especially special requests. And that she was basically just selling what she had on hand, which left me to think that possibly when her stock is sold out, that'll be the last of it. We won't be seeing more yarn from her anymore. And I really, really like the yarn I got from her. And the yarn that I have to I might make another order from her in the next week or so, because I do notice her stock is going down. But what I am going to show you is yarn I got from her when last month, I don't remember exactly when, a friend who remained anonymous was quite the enabler and told me that she was having a big sale, 30% off. And that is a really good discount on hand-dyed yarn. You don't see that too often. So I had some yarns in my cart that I'd been thinking about for a while, and I decided I was going to get them. So I bought some others. I bought quite a bit. But remember, I got 30% off of what I bought. So here's the first thing I had been looking at for quite a while. There is her logo. And she still has yarn. I mean, she has 200 or 300 listings yet, but it's not going to be there a long time. So I'm hoping you can see this despite all the labels. And it was a bird that was a bird in the trees. That was the inspiration for this. I really, really like this. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 9 yards, 9 times 90. She says they have 90 meters in each one, which is about 99, 98 yards each, so almost 100. So almost 900. This is more than enough to make a sizable shawl. I am going to use these as she has presented them in the bag here, and I am going to make something with these. I really, really like them. Let's hold it that way without all the labels, and I think it's gorgeous. I really, really like it. There is no name to it. Oh yes, Cassin's Finch Fade. So it must have been a finch in the picture. That's not what I remembered, but it doesn't matter. It's 80% merino and 20% nylon. And I am going to make, that'll be quite a sizable shawl that I'll be able to make with this, having 810 meters, which is 870 or 80 yards. I really, really like. I love blues and browns together. This is going to be lovely. So be watching for that. Oh, it'll be the new year before I ever get to it. But that was something I had been watching for, I don't know, 5 or 6 months. And I can't wait to do something with that down the road. Okay, I bought 6 other skeins. So I'm going to try and show all of them today. We will be moving through them quickly, though, because they aren't all the same base. They are all things I had looked at, 1 or 2 I added. Okay, this first one is merino, 80%, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. MCN is a very popular base. It feels heavenly, and I really love the feel of it. And there it is. I may even have something from her, or I'll go back and look for something from her that is completely a dark, maybe purple, and put them together. I don't know. But this has 390 meters, so about 425 yards. But really, you can tell there's pink in it, splotches. But it just feels so nice with the cashmere in it. And of course, it is definitely my kind of colors. This is probably the one of all of them I like the least. Not to say I don't like it. It's just the one color that doesn't grow on me as much as the others. And this is, again, I bought it because it's merino cashmere nylon called, oh, was there a name to this other one? Pink Lavender. Makes sense. This one's called Twilight Cat. And I had looked at this in the past as well. Again, as soft can be. I love the feel of it. A little bit dingy looking, but I think if I find the right blue to put with it, maybe I'll do a single skein project. We'll see. But I quite like that too. Next one. Now, this one I could see had silk before I picked it up. Merino, 10 cashmere, and 10 silk. 440 meters. The last one probably had the 390. Yeah, 440 meters. That's quite a bit. So that's about 480 yards silk. I've been getting a lot of her silk. And that is a great fall one. I could put it with a black. I could put it with a cream one and it would look gorgeous. I don't know that I could ever match up that orange, and I probably don't have anything more or less solid or semi-tonal in an orange color, but I like it, and I wish you could feel through the screen, because that is heavenly. And this one is called jack-o'-lantern. Well, isn't that appropriate? Yes, I really do like that. Now that is one that I think I want to find something to go with it. I like it. Next, this is a nice bright one, and this one again is silk. I tried to buy as much of her merino cashmere silk, MCS she called it, as I possibly could, because it does feel the best of all of her bases. And again, it has, the name of this one is Oh Dear. Isn't that lovely? Now that's got my favorite colors. We got the purple, we got some blue, and we got a teal. I love those colors combined. She has a few more skeins on her site. They aren't exactly the same, but they are blues and purple mixes. I don't know if I'll get them or not, but this just feels so heavenly. So heavenly. Oh, yeah. You want to put something you can wrap up in. Anyhow. And the last two are sparkle. And the first one is called Flower Petals. I thought it'd be a little more solid than this, but that's okay. This is merino, cashmere, and stellina. Cashmere in it. Yeah, it feels like it. And look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And I'm sure you can see the sparkles in that. Gorgeous. And you know what? You don't feel stellina the way you feel lurex, they usually call it, or metallic. You don't feel the stellina. It is very, very subtle, but I can feel the cashmere in it. It is really, really nice. And finally, another one that would be the same, merino cashmere stellina. It's called Olive Branch. And isn't that a gorgeous set of greens? In fact, I got the same color as one of her monthly mystery skeins, but it is not a stellina. I'm almost sure it was her merino cashmere silk. Whether I'll put them together, I'm thinking not. This is gorgeous, and I think I might actually do a CJ Brady one skein project, something that's a wee bit solid and will show all those beautiful colors. She has a couple that are very plain, mostly double crochet, that would look so good with these multiple colors, and that's called Olive Branch. Isn't that beautiful? See those sparkles? That would be lovely. So those are the ones I bought from her. Don't be surprised if in another couple of weeks you see some more, because I'm really tempted to go back and look again at what she has. In fact, I think I have some in my cart of hers, just with the, I mean, she's not said it, but just with the suspicion that she's probably going to sell it out and that be the end of it, makes me want to go and get whatever I can before it's all gone. So that's an acquisition that's been sitting there for about a month to find the time to show you. And that's everything for this week. Next week, it's going to be the beginning of October, and I will have a winner for my 1,500 subscribers prize. I will have a winner for that next week. Those of you that were winners this week, please send me your mailing addresses as soon as you see this video, and I will have lots of parcels, 6 of them, to get out in the mail at the beginning of next week. Now, next month, we still have 4 more weeks of the gratitude box, so that's going to take us through most of October. I will have a little bit more done on the shawl that goes along with it. Not a lot, but I will have a little more done on it. And maybe even a finished object if I get busy on something for my craft show. But October, as I said, I'm getting a Halloween mini box, and she is going to get it in the mail as quickly as she can, but it's coming from, if I recall correctly, it's coming from Minnesota. So if she mails it Friday, I won't have it by next Tuesday or Wednesday when I tape. So we won't be able to start it next week, but it should be here to be able to start maybe the following week. So next week is going to be pretty slim. I won't have a lot to show you. So we'll see how it goes. But once again, I want to thank all of you for participating in my special month and being on my live and being here every week and commenting and sending birthday wishes and just participating in any way. I have really, really enjoyed the month. I had a great time on Monday. I had so much fun and I felt like it went very well. And it's all thanks to you, my viewers. So I just send a huge, huge thank you to every one of you. And I hope to see you next week back here for whatever might happen. And until then, happy hooking.